even be playing safe off of this. Doesn't want to knock the 7 really in, but...
he has done though, and he's left himself an absolute mess.
The other side of the table, it was at every chance it was going to knock it in. So why play the safety at the same time? Unless he was hoping with middle, not topspin. That's a great shot.
Oh. Just scored the winning goal in the World Cup final, but that one was.
And
from Reyes this afternoon, nothing coming easy for him.
Sure that he got it very close.
Of disbelief all around this auditorium. Before he had that corrective surgery on his eyes, he's been in great form ever since. Babicka has done himself a world of good with that shot.
Has had a few scalps over the years in tournaments. I seem to see his name.
Allow Reyes to level it up. Last time.
That was mishit, but still hit very hard. You know, if he'd have caught that in the centre, he would have. Sudden now must fancy that, even though he hasn't particularly produced this match, should things go well break-wise, that he could turn over Reyes in this match and give himself a chance of staying alive in the league. And
the dice are loaded now for the pole.
Oh, not behind the 4. Okay. Small error. He's got to remain quite composed now. Pretty simply.
But to go back to that World Pool League, I mean, he was in with the likes of Ralph Souquet, Niels.
Disjointed the cue action. That's one part of his game. It's a bit sort of mechanical, that part, if you see Reyes.
Yesterday, cueing was very smooth. Looked like a lot of snooker background there from
played out in the States. And obviously that cue action, that's the only way to go about it. Nicely in the middle.
Yeah.
Breaks. He's the winner. It's as simple as that. I know we're a long way off that yet, but there's a monster break there. This does need cueing well, which he does. That's marvellous. T-shirt. Just about enough. You'd like to get closer to this, but he may not be able to. Hard to see from here. No, had to sacrifice right-hand side of the table, I would imagine, to get the pace roughly right.
This is just off the break. Yeah, very dialed in, some real focus in those eyes. He's not playing with the crowd much at all in this match.
Great break. Very unfortunate the green 6 was in the way. And the push out, he's pushed to do you want to jump? And if you don't, I will. Reyes has only too far ahead.
Oh.
Where's the ball's going to end up? Are they going to be favourable for Reyes? Don't know if he can see enough of it to pot, but even so, he now has control. You just have to try and play and hope for the best as far as how the balls resolve themselves. And a clever little clip there. That's what he played, and that's what he got.
He needs to get some ball is a slalom. I mean,
I think the only thing he can do is jump to hit the side of the ball. And this is
a deliberate foul. Just
his only saving grace is the 3 ball, slightly tied up with the 8. Well, he hit as much of that as he could, and that was an excellent effort. He's split the balls apart, but he's going to be delighted with the outcome of this, and it's given Reyes a massive headache as well. I think all he can probably do is just to try and just clip it and send it up the rail, but I don't know. I don't even know if he can do that. Oh!
He can do that instead.
Well, that looked a lot. Well, I thought possible. Amazing. Because obviously it was never in doubt that he could pot it.
Well, let's
look it. It looked like the ball had gone. Well, that was cheeky. The only way, so he played the bank shot instead of potting it and sending the cue ball around the table. Marvellous attempt here. Knocking the 9 towards the pocket as well here, I think.
Yes, doing just that. Looking for position on the pink 4.
Against the break. Very similar to the.
Yes, with 8 being the magic number. This will do Efren Reyes.
But he looks zoned in now.
Looks fighting the table, but it's not flowing and coming easy for him, but he is getting the job done with a little bit more authority now.
Shot there. Wasn't too happy with that, but he's home and dry now. The crowd.
This afternoon's match, knowing victory was absolutely essential. It looks like Reyes is the man that's put himself in position to claim that win. But as we've seen in other matches,
or whatever it is that is now being brought out of the table, has a variety of different grooves in it, and this is the groove of choice. Tough shot. Bigger balls than snooker balls. You've got to jack up even higher. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, he's in
with a pocket. That's probably what he's going to do. Oh, has it gone to the point? Has he got enough? That's a great shot. He's got enough on the 2. Marvellous. Particularly exciting anyway. Don't worry about that. Oh, that was an excellent shot. That really was a good shot. The route around the table for these 6 balls.
Can't afford any more slips at this point of the match. And it's Radoslav Babicka now that's staring bleakly into the abyss, knowing that his World Championship match.
No prize money for last in your group, as far as I'm aware.
No, you get, I think it's $1,000 for coming 3rd, and you get absolutely nothing for turning up. Well, I suppose you've got so much money, Steve, you'll take the applause.
I'll have to think about that. At the critical time of the match, Reyes comes good.
Can only sit and watch. Reyes.
Oh, he was that close to losing. Really no problems getting the right angle on the 4 to get on the. That was a bit more difficult than I thought as well. So now red 3 in.
Well, he did miss and he's got the snooker
shot there to play the safe just played. So the World Pool Championship has been of Matchroom Sport took over the running of it.
It wouldn't be a surprise.
Well, most people.
Anytime you're #1 on the sports pages, you know it's big time.
Clip this 3 ball and get it safe. Is he jumping? Is he swerving? I think he's on those 3 balls. Oh, he had to go off a rail. And here's the chance.
Yeah, and I think these fans,
the crowd, there's a chance you would expect him to grasp.
Of expectation around this table. This could be the moment Efren Reyes finally gets his World Pool Championship chance.
Use the 6 to break the path of the cue ball. So he's coming quite a way over. That's exactly where he wanted it. That is absolutely perfect. I know it seems a little bit out,
He'll probably make it look okay, knowing him. Ooh, that's why he... But he's...
Oh, no! I don't believe that much of a problem. I know.
And this is why he was so grumpy about it. And he almost fluked it. But look at that. Thrown a lifeline.
Onto the 7. It's thin, but it's not that thin.
Well, he's got away with it.
But it can go wrong if he can't pot the 5.
There's almost grudging applause there because these... And coming into this tournament, he was such an overwhelming favourite. Which it does. He's still hanging on somehow. But very rarely does a rack of 9-ball go like that.
Oh, marvellous. He gave those a great whack. Technical term.
That rack.
No, he can't complain, although it's got to be...
Oh.
A tremendous amount of body movement on the shot there. He was up and away. Tension.
Mistake Let's Babika could be.
I'd like I am.
I'm not putting any money down against you, Steve. This one is fraught with nerviness.
That's a very good shot, and that has opened the path up nicely. Won't go out. Okay, there's some other great Filipinos in the tournament, but
get through, he would have in his 2 remaining matches, and then Reyes would have to win his last match
by a massive score.
And he's been breaking so well, Steve.
Always a bit shy of pace. Oh, doesn't look missable. Plays it much better this time. That was an excellent shot.
And we're involved in another heel.
The idea of the game is to keep most of your body as still as possible and just let your right arm do the work. Here's the break. Oh, so important. Oh, it's a brilliant one.
Oh, look at this, look at this. No,
oh, but you can't believe it, can you?
Oh. Thank you.
Just when you thought he'd got it all nicely lined up.
Sending the 1 ball up and down the table in a straight line. Chalk is as close as possible, and then snooker behind the 9 and the 8. It's a bit shy of pace, I think. Oh, he might just have got there. Nope, it's not a snooker. If he can get past to the outside, it's still a risky pot to take on. What does he do? The slow safety to the side cushion just before the middle pocket.
Well, they always say, don't they, Steve, in this game, the great players are the guys that go out and win the match. You don't win a match by playing safe, but surely here
there is the possibility of the long bank just going past the 6, but it's so risky.
And with no safety net, why would you take that risk?
Well, there may be a slight element of safety. Oh, that's a great shot.
That's a
great shot. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. What a shot! What a shot! The element with the 8 ball, there was an element of it. What a great strike! There was never anywhere like this now.
He will, surely.
Okay, fair enough.
Didn't we? He had the 9 ball in the last rack. Surely. And Reyes looks like he's back as well. But only just. Well, they'll go nuts in just a moment. All that pent-up energy about to be released. And Reyes, 9 ball. He's got 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 9 ball. He